Job chapter 42, verse 8. In this verse, God is talking to one of Job's friends, and he tells him and his two friends to go and do some sacrifices. And then he says, after you do your sacrifices, my servant Job is going to pray for you. And he said that he was angry with them because they hadn't spoken of him, of God, accurately. The reason why I'm speaking on this verse right here is because God showed me a couple of things the last few days. And it's something he's been working on with me for about a year now. About a year ago, God told me to help somebody. And the person that he told me to help is my enemy. And I've done so much for this person for so many years. Financially, I've forgiven this person so many times. I don't know if any of y'all see, well, I know some of y'all do, but I don't know if any of y'all, if all of y'all have ever really had a real enemy. Now, I'm not talking about the devil. We know the devil is our enemy, of course, but I'm talking about like a human who is just doing whatever with their life and allowing whatever to control them and use them. And this person like hates you. I don't know if you ever had somebody in your life that hates you. Like I've had people in my life who despise me my whole life. I'm so serious. I'm not saying that. Like every job, man, look, it's a reason why God done blessed me to where I don't have to work. I'm telling you, I don't have to work. I don't have to work at all. And I know God blessed me this because dang near every job I've ever had, there's always been somebody there who did not like me. I've had people lie on me. I've had people refuse to train me. I've been through it. Like every job, it got to the point where my wife didn't believe me when I used to tell her this happens to me every time, and I'll quit a job. And it got to the point where my wife at one point years ago didn't believe me when I used to tell her I was having problems on every job I went to. Like I've had enemies. But some of y'all don't know what it's like to have a real life enemy. Somebody who's plotting up against you and trying to set you up for failure. Like I've had people try to get me fired, you know what I'm saying? I've had people, who just try to do dirt to me. And so this particular person has done a lot of dirt to me for some years. And I forgive this person. We squash the beef. I try to take care of him, look out for him. And then this person was still in the back of this person's mind, they'd still be like, I'm gonna find some kind of way to get him. I'm gonna set him up like this. I kid you not, y'all. So this person was still doing evil to me while I was in the process of trying to help them. And finally I got to the point where I was just like, Lord, I can't do it, because I was getting so mad. I felt like I wasn't representing God in a good way. So I backed off and stopped trying to help this person. And I felt like I was doing more hurting than helping. And then my son ended up he received a vision from God where God confirmed the fact that I was not helping this person. He saw a security guard in his vision who was just standing there watching this person in pain. They might not necessarily been in pain, but I just remember that he was like, the security guard was just standing there looking stupid. And that's what I had been doing. Because for a couple of years, well, not for a couple of years, but for about a year, if that long, I was trying to help this person, like I say, and then I just stopped. And sometime later, God showed my son a vision that, that this person needed help, and that somebody was just standing there looking stupid. And that's exactly what I was doing. And so he knew the vision was about me. I knew the vision was about me. For one, because God showed me that I was a watchman years ago when I first started getting visions from God. And he usually uses security or police to represent that in my visions. And he did the same thing for my son. Now, this may all sound hard to understand. It may not. But so anyway, so it had been bothering me ever since my son received that vision. And so I wanted to know from God, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm not capable of helping this person that he told me to help. And so I felt horrible about it. And then yesterday, it just felt like it was just weighing down on me because I had an interaction with this person again. And I realized how much this person needs help. You know, some people are their own worst enemy. Some people do so much damage to themselves, all because of evil. The Bible says that when you dig a hole for someone who knows God, you're basically digging that hole for yourself. And on any kind of trap, that you set up for the person who knows God, you're setting that trap for yourself. And so I watch this person dig traps for themselves all the time. I watch my enemy do this all the time. And yesterday, it just started really weighing down on me because I'm like, man, this person needs so much help and I can't help them. And I told a good friend of mine yesterday, I was like, I'm in this situation and God told me to help somebody and I couldn't help them. And I don't know what I was supposed to learn from this whole thing. And then a couple of hours later, it just hit me. Not to talk about, my prayer life. I only talk about my prayer life because I know God called me to teach. But, I had my son pray for this person. I prayed for this person. And then I had my whole family pray for this person. And then it hit me, when God asked me to help that person, all I really had to do was pray for them. I didn't have to keep going to them offering help and saying, hey, can I help you with this? Hey, can I do this for you? Hey, I forgive you for this. Hey, I'm here. Hey, listen, I'll be your friend. I was doing so many other things trying to help this person, trying my hardest to help this person. And it wasn't doing nothing because there was something beyond me. I needed power from beyond me. It was not within my power to help this person. All I could do was go to God and ask him to help this person. Sometimes God is going to ask you to do things that you can't do. And when you can't do those things, you go to him. Sometimes God will come to you and tell you to help somebody, and all he really wants you to do is pray to him about that person. See, I didn't realize this yesterday until I tried to start my truck up. It's been cold the last few days. I hadn't started my truck up in a few days, so I had to jump it off. All this happened yesterday. And yesterday, when I went and got my booster cables and attached them to my wife's van and started my truck up, I realized that's when it hit me. See how God used something like that to open my eyes up, to show me you don't have the power to start this vehicle up. You had to get help from somewhere else. And see, that's what God showed me yesterday. And then to top it all off, my homeboy called me late last night and say, man, God told me to call you and tell you how good the power of prayer is, or to believe on the power of prayer. So In the story of Job, we know that Job was suffering and was being tormented and was going through so much struggle. And then to top that off, even, in the book of Job, Job said he was even being tormented in his dreams. And then his friends came to him and they started tormenting him mentally, telling him how he was in the wrong and the stuff that he's done and this and that, and talking like they knew God better than Job. And Job argued back with him. Trying to straighten them out. And Job was speaking the truth to them, but it was not helping them at all. It did not help them at all. Everything Job was saying to them was going in one ear and out the other. And so finally, in the end, when God finally showed up and started speaking and started saying, okay, look, this is what's up. That's when God told Job's friends, look, y'all running y'all mouth about me, but y'all don't know me. Y'all speaking incorrectly about me. I'm going to have my servant, Job, pray for you. No matter how much Job talked to them, Job could not fix them. He had to leave that in God's hands. So this was weighing me down yesterday. So I hope that hopefully this can help somebody. But just remember the power of prayer. And that it does not go in. When you pray for somebody, y'all, when you really pray for somebody, man, that don't go on deaf ears. God is sitting there on his throne and he hears everything that we saying, y'all. So never, ever doubt the power of prayer. And just know that sometimes the best thing you can do for a person, if you really want to help them, the best thing you can do for somebody sometimes is simply just to pray for them. Man, I love y'all. Y'all be blessed, be watchful, and please remember, love God first, love people second.